a nurse and charged her with felony child abuse and wounding of approximately currently seven babies in the neo intensive care unit. This video has some very disturbing pictures, so I'm warning you ahead of time. But I could not let this go by and not bring out the feelings that personally felt and others and individuals I know that have had babies, not in this particular uh, NICU unit, but in others. And it's disturbing to think this is a monster. This is an evil monster. You know, in this picture that they showed, it's trying to make her look like, oh, she needs help. She needs mental help. She may need mental help, but she knew exactly what she was doing. She's picked on little babies who were fighting for their life. How can you do this to a person? And you said, well, you can't do it if you, that's baloney. And not only that, I hope that this hospital is held accountable because this is what goes on when the hospitals aren't held accountable. Because this young lady, when the first time it happened, and I know there's people going to say, oh, you know, you want to put race into it all the time. Well, you can't help but put race in when race is a factor. Seven babies, and all seven babies were Black. And when all this information comes out, most all of the babies were brown skin or dark skin babies. Why? Because if you would have had a white baby or a very, very light skinned baby, the bruises would show more. So she knew what she was doing. And why I so strongly feel that the hospital should be held accountable, because they knew what she did in 2023. And she was given released for a year on administrative leave, and it hasn't come out what she was supposed to have done during this whole year that she was getting paid. So was she supposed to be getting help? But no, whatever. They brought her back and put her in the same unit, knowing what she had done. And finally, in late November, December of 24, is when this more incidents was brought to light that three more babies had unexplainable fractures, similar to the same four babies that it happened to in the summer of 2023. The hospital said in a statement, we initiated a thorough internal investigation, informed the families, and notified the proper authorities and regulatory agencies, and worked collaboratively with them on their investigation. They closed down the unit to make the unit more secure, including installing live streaming technology and requiring all caregivers to participate in safety training programs. But you knew what this evil monster was doing, and they did nothing about those babies to that family. Instead, they gave her a year off. Now, I haven't said her name, and it's not because I don't know her name. It's because she doesn't deserve, because she is an evil monster. As I said, the video,
because then whatever that was done in the dark comes to the light, and sometimes you don't necessarily want to know what was done.
Dominique Hackey, the father of one of the Henrico doctor's NICU babies, found to have broken bones in 2023, concerned that it has taken so long for justice.
I remember her being in the room. She was friendly. She answered questions, but she didn't stay and talk like the other NICU nurses did. She wasn't family like the other NICU nurses were.
He's describing 26-year-old Erin Strotman, the nurse now in jail, charged with felony child neglect and felony malicious wounding, related to a different baby in 2024. Strotman was put on paid administrative leave by the hospital for a year after the 2023 cases of NICU abuse came to light, and then was allowed to return in late 2024. Hackey saying the hospital should be held accountable as well,
because that shouldn't have happened. If they were suspicious of some person enough to let him go, they shouldn't have brought him back. So that's on them. They failed. Simple.
HCA, the network that oversees Henrico Doctors Hospital, issuing this statement, saying in part it is shocked and saddened by this development in the investigation, and that the hospital is focused on continuing to care for its patients. Strotman was just fired from her job on Thursday, Henrico police arresting her that night. Henrico's Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor says the investigation is not over and more charges could come as detectives continue to review NICU video footage.
We will continue to work on building cases if there is evidence present to build other cases to find if there's additional criminal culpability.
Families of some of the young victims from both 2023 and 2024 were present for Strotman's arraignment, seen leaving the courtroom in tears.
one couple was informed that their child had suffered 12 fractures. Little babies, fighting to live. 12 fractures on a baby, and the hospital didn't do anything. The hospital didn't protect that baby. Strothman was a registered nurse since 2019. However, she was placed on paid administration leave for a year following the emergence of child abuse in the unit in 2023, and then was allowed to return in the fall. They issued the statement, how shocked and saddened they were. And we appreciate the families and public's patience as we work as thoroughly and expeditiously as possible to investigate every piece of evidence in connection to these cases. If anyone has information, they are asked to call the Crime Stoppers anonymously, 804-780-1000, if you know of any family. I break bones, this evil monster. Only black baby bones. Don't forget, hit the like button and subscribe to Conversations with Cheryl Lester.